Hello, and welcome to Lesson 3, which deals with customizing your site. In Lesson 2, we dealt with installing the Zapra demo theme, and it basically ended up on this page over here. Okay, you should be able to see the live preview button. Okay, just to recap, there are quite a number of different demos that you can choose from, and you can actually go and preview any of them before you make your choice. I generally go and choose the one that's got closest to what the client wants in terms of the top bar, and let me just scroll up a bit. You can see this one doesn't have the top bar, it's got the menu in the background picture. So I generally choose which one I want from there, and then we customize it further with the page builder, but we will deal with that later. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to get into the customization. So we will do our live preview. Okay, so this is basically the site that you will have installed, and as you can see, it's a full site, and you can now go and edit it and customize it. Okay, customization deals with everything that runs through your entire site. So if you scroll down, you will see that this is part of your home page. This will only be on your home page. So everything that you are looking at the moment is dealt with on the page builder, and we will get to that in the next lesson. For today's lesson, we will be dealing with this top bar here, which is your customization, and also your footer right at the bottom, how to customize this footer part. Okay, so let's get through to that. You can see at the top, your dashboard is laid out in a menu at the top, so it's quite easy. If you click on Edit with Elementor, that is your page builder editor that we will deal with in the next lesson. For now, we are going to click on Customize. Okay, so the first part of customization, sorry, now we obviously seem to have a little bit of a slow internet connection. There it is there. Okay, so the first part is your site identity. Okay, you can see you've got all your screen. Your site identity is basically the name of your site and how it is seen on Google. So that will be your meta tags as well. Let's just have a look. So what we will fill in over here is that's your site title and your tagline. Now, if you don't change this, this is what Google will put up on your site. So when somebody does a Google search and your website's listed, this will come up unless you actually go in and change these features. Okay, well, we are going to look at the site that we are busy building is called The Feet, which is a fitness site. So we're going to change your site title to The Feet. Just capitalize that, The Feet. And instead of just having just another WordPress site, we are going to change the title to, let's just change it to Fitness and Nutrition. Okay, and now you have the option to display your site title and tagline, okay, or you can leave it so you can see you don't see it. So if we click on display, you'll see it'll show up over there, okay, which means if we then remove the logo, so say for example a client doesn't have a logo, you can just put that, their name and their, well, we'll use their slogan as the tagline. Okay, this you can actually customize. We'll just click publish here quickly. Okay, as you can see, this is a dummy site. For explanation purposes, you'll see that that's not secure because it's not actually on a hosting package. Alright, so let's get into your theme options. You go to topography, and you can have a look at there your site identity. And here you can actually change the font. Let's just click there, so you can choose the font that you like, and you can also change the size. Okay, for this purpose right now, we're going to go back to site identity. Let's say that they do have, sorry, back there, site identity. Let's just say that they do have a logo. We're going to go to our media library, and you select the logo that you want. and your logo will be inserted. In this case, we will remove the site title so that we only have the logo showing. Okay, so remember to click publish every time you've made a change. That will save your work. You can then click on the X to go and see what it will look like in real time. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the client's corporate colors, and it clashes with the template that we have. So you need to basically change the colors throughout the site to match the client's corporate colors. We've got a very handy app called Eyedropper. You can have a look at it over here. You pretty much can just Google it. Just type in a Google search for Eyedropper color picker and install it. It's pretty safe. I've been using it for quite a while without any problems, and it's really cool. You just basically click on that, you match up the color, and you'll see that the colors will end up in your top bar. You can then click another one and you click on that blue. We can even decide if we want to click on the specific gray that they have from the bottom bar of their logo. And those are the colors that you can keep. So what happens is if you want to use one of the colors, you just copy the code over there, and I'll show you now where we're going to be using that. So yes, definitely download Eyedropper. Okay, so now we're going to edit this top bar over here. You go into your header and you can see the top bar is your top bar. The header main area would be this area at the bottom, and this would be your button. It's all pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so we're going to click on the top bar. You can choose to actually disable your top bar if you like. I'll just click on that quickly and show you what it does. And it removes it completely, but for this purpose we are going to keep it installed. And if you scroll down, that will show you where the color is. Okay, so here is where you're going to type in that code. So what we're going to do is, I think we might make it the gray. So you go to your eyedropper, you click on the gray that you copy that code. Control C is copy, and you just highlight that and click Control V. It'll paste that code in there, and it will change it. We're just going to click on Publish, and there you can see it's changed. Okay. Editing this top bar can get a little bit tricky, so this part you're probably going to need to focus a little bit. Okay. When it comes to the content, you have there's two spaces. It's a left and a right, and you can see that the telephone number and the address is sitting in the left. And if we scroll down, you will see that the email address is in the right. Okay. You've got different options. So if we go into the left content, what sort of information you would like in there. If you click over here, you can have text, menu, or widgets. Okay, I'm going to keep it to text and HTML now because we're going to deal with widgets later. Widgets are basically if you'd like to put a search bar in there. There's a few other widgets that you can have, but because it's quite a small space, you can actually have it bigger, but it's not really going to look that great. Yeah, so that's something that we can play around with later depending on what your client wants, but for now we're going to keep it to the standard telephone number and text, and address and email address at the top. Okay, you will notice, so we're just going to click that back, you will notice that on the top of the screen you've got the icon and the telephone numbers, and then the icon and the address, but you won't see those here. Okay, because this is in your visual composer. Those icons are actually written in code, and if you click on text, which will take you to the HTML, you will see that this section here is the code that puts that icon in there. Okay, so for example, this has got a volume control phone. You can see there's a volume control. If I remove volume control, and you need to be very careful here if you don't know code. When it reloads, you will have a look. It'll change the phone to a normal phone. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to type in a number 021. Let's just type in 555 1234, and then we will type in a new address, which is 123 Main Road. Let's just say Cape Town. Okay. And then if we go down to change the email address, go into text. Let's just change that to info at thefeet.co.za. Okay, and obviously we can publish that. Let's just wait for it to come up, and there you can see your menu bar has now been done, and it matches up with your logo perfectly. I'm going to break up the videos in this lesson into separate videos for the menu bar and also the footer at the bottom, purely because I don't want to have one long video explaining everything. Otherwise, if you want to go back and have a look at a specific thing, you have to go through an entire video and try and find the spots. So if I break them up into separate videos for you, it's going to be easier to actually find the information. So our next video in this lesson is we will deal with this menu bar over here and how to change the pages. Okay, so we will see you there.